Ever wished you could influence others without raising your voice or getting into arguments? The audiobook, Speak Quietly, The Power of Persuasion, No Arguing, No Defending, reveals the secret to powerful persuasion through calm, confident communication. Discover how to transform your interactions, achieve success, and foster deep connections using gentle techniques. Don't miss out on the keys to effortless influence. Your path to personal and professional growth starts here. Master the art of quiet persuasion and watch as your relationships flourish and your impact grows exponentially. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: The Quiet Power. In a world where the loudest voice often commands attention, there lies an untapped reservoir of influence, the power of quiet persuasion. This chapter introduces you to a revolutionary approach that challenges the conventional wisdom of assertive argumentation and defensive posturing. Instead, we explore the subtle art of gentle persuasion, a method that harnesses calm communication to achieve remarkable results. Imagine influencing others without raising your voice, changing minds without heated debates, and resolving conflicts without defensive reactions. This isn't just a lofty ideal. It's a practical, achievable skill set that this book will help you develop. The Quiet Power is about mastering the art of persuasion through composure, confidence, and clarity. As you embark on this journey, you'll discover that true influence doesn't stem from forceful arguments or aggressive tactics. Rather, it emerges from a place of inner strength and quiet assurance. This approach allows you to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering understanding and cooperation rather than resistance and conflict. The first time you go through this book, you'll gain a solid understanding of the principles behind calm and confident persuasion. You'll recognize the immense benefits of adopting a non-confrontational approach in your interactions. More importantly, you'll begin to apply basic techniques of quiet influence in your daily life, experiencing firsthand the positive changes in your communication style. But the journey doesn't end there. As you continue to practice and refine these skills over time, you'll notice a profound transformation. Your ability to influence others without resorting to arguments will significantly enhance. You'll see improvements in both your personal and professional relationships as people respond more positively to your composed demeanor. Perhaps most importantly, you'll develop greater self-confidence in your communication abilities, knowing that you can navigate even the most challenging conversations with grace and effectiveness. The path to mastering quiet persuasion involves several crucial steps, each building upon the last to create a comprehensive skill set. We'll start by exploring the art of active listening, a foundational skill that allows you to truly understand others and build rapport. From there, we'll delve into emotional intelligence, learning how to recognize and manage emotions in yourself and others. Clear communication forms the next pillar of our approach, ensuring that your message is understood without ambiguity. We'll then focus on building trust, an essential component of any influential relationship. Strategic questioning techniques will empower you to guide conversations subtly, while empathy and dialogue will help you connect with others on a deeper level. Finally, we'll explore the power of nonverbal influence, harnessing body language and vocal tone to reinforce your message. This carefully structured progression reflects the natural development of effective persuasion techniques. By mastering these foundational skills, you'll be well equipped to apply more advanced strategies as you continue your journey. Now, let's address a common misconception: the myth of loud persuasion. Many believe that to be influential, one must be the loudest voice in the room. This couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, excessive volume often undermines credibility and creates resistance. The quiet power we're exploring is about presence, not decibels. It's about the strength that radiates from inner confidence and thoughtful communication. The benefits of a calm approach are numerous and profound. When you speak quietly and confidently, people lean in to listen. Your tranquility becomes a magnet for attention and respect. This approach also allows you to maintain clarity of thought, even in high-pressure situations. You'll find that your ability to persuade enhances as others perceive your composure as a sign of competence and trustworthiness. As we delve deeper into the foundations of gentle persuasion, it's crucial to distinguish between persuasion and manipulation. While both aim to influence, persuasion respects the autonomy and well-being of others. It's about guiding people towards a mutually beneficial outcome, not coercing them for personal gain. Throughout this book, we'll explore the ethical boundaries of influence, ensuring that your newfound skills are used responsibly and with integrity. Understanding the psychology of influence is another key aspect of our journey. People are motivated by a complex interplay of emotions, beliefs, and experiences. By gaining insight into these underlying factors, you'll be better equipped to connect with others and present your ideas in a way that resonates with their values and aspirations. At the heart of quiet persuasion lies inner confidence. This isn't about bravado or arrogance, it's about a deep-seated belief in your own worth and abilities. We'll explore techniques to boost your self-belief without crossing into overconfidence. You'll learn how to project this inner assurance calmly, conveying your message with a quiet strength that commands respect and attention. As we conclude this introductory chapter, it's important to remember that mastering the quiet power is a journey, not a destination. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to refine your skills, to learn and grow. The techniques and insights shared in the coming chapters will provide you with a roadmap, but the real transformation happens through consistent practice and reflection. In the next chapter, we'll dive deep into the art of active listening, a skill that forms the bedrock of effective persuasion. You'll discover how truly hearing others not only enhances your ability to influence, but also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. Prepare to unlock the power of silence and attentiveness, as we explore how sometimes the most persuasive act is simply to listen. The quiet power awaits you. As you turn the page, you're not just reading a book, you're embarking on a transformative journey that will reshape how you communicate, influence, and connect with others. Are you ready to discover the strength in your silence, the power in your calm? The path to mastering gentle persuasion begins now, and the possibilities are boundless. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2: Active Listening. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you felt truly heard, where the person you were speaking to seemed to understand not just your words, but the emotions and intentions behind them? This rare and powerful experience is the essence of active listening, a skill that lies at the heart of quiet persuasion. As we embark on this chapter, you might be wondering why we're starting with listening in a book about persuasion. Isn't persuasion about speaking, about making your point heard? The truth is far more intriguing, and as we delve deeper, you'll discover why mastering the art of listening is your secret weapon in the realm of influence. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about fully concentrating on the speaker, absorbing their message, and responding thoughtfully. It's a skill that, when mastered, can transform your interactions and dramatically enhance your ability to persuade without confrontation. Why is this so crucial for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, active listening builds trust and rapport. When you give someone your undivided attention, you're sending a powerful message. You matter. Your thoughts and feelings are important to me. This simple act creates a foundation of mutual respect and openness, essential elements for any persuasive endeavor. Moreover, active listening enables you to truly understand others' perspectives. In the world of persuasion, knowledge is power. By deeply comprehending where someone is coming from, their motivations, fears, and desires, you gain invaluable insights. These insights allow you to tailor your approach, addressing their specific concerns and aligning your ideas with their values. Perhaps most importantly, active listening significantly reduces misunderstandings and conflicts. Many disagreements stem from miscommunication or assumptions. By listening attentively, you can catch and clarify these misunderstandings before they escalate, paving the way for smoother, more productive conversations. But what exactly sets listening apart from mere hearing? This distinction is crucial to understand as we delve deeper into the art of active listening. Hearing is a passive, physical process, sound waves entering your ears. Listening, on the other hand, is an active mental process. It involves interpreting, analyzing, and responding to what you hear. When you truly listen, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're fully engaged in understanding the speaker's message. This difference matters immensely in the context of persuasion. When you merely hear, you might catch the words, but you'll miss the nuances, the underlying emotions, and the unspoken messages. Active listening allows you to pick up on these subtle cues, giving you a more complete picture and enabling you to respond more effectively. Of course, effective listening doesn't come without its challenges. There are numerous barriers that can hinder our ability to truly listen. External distractions like noise or interruptions are obvious culprits, but often the most significant obstacles are internal. Our own preconceptions, biases, and the tendency to formulate responses while the other person is still speaking can all interfere with active listening. Identifying these barriers is the first step in overcoming them. As you progress through this chapter, you'll learn strategies to minimize external distractions and, more importantly, techniques to quiet your internal dialogue and focus fully on the speaker. One of the most powerful techniques for active engagement is the practice of giving your full attention. This means more than just maintaining eye contact or nodding along. It involves eliminating distractions, both external and internal. Put away your phone, turn off notifications, and find a quiet space for important conversations. Mentally, set aside your own agenda and resist the urge to plan your response while the other person is speaking. Another key technique is reflective listening. This involves paraphrasing what you've heard back to the speaker, not just to confirm your understanding, but to show that you're genuinely engaged with their message. It might sound something like, "If I understand correctly, you're saying that." This practice not only ensures clarity, but also gives the speaker an opportunity to clarify or expand on their points. As you develop these skills, you'll find that listening becomes a powerful tool for building connections. When you demonstrate empathy through attentive listening, you create a safe space for open communication. People are more likely to share their true thoughts and feelings when they feel genuinely heard and understood. Nonverbal cues play a crucial role in this process. Your body language can speak volumes about your level of engagement. Maintaining appropriate eye contact, leaning slightly towards the speaker, and using subtle nods or facial expressions to show understanding, all these nonverbal signals communicate your attentiveness and encourage the speaker to open up further. To truly master active listening, practice is essential. One effective exercise is to set aside dedicated time for mindful listening practice. Choose a conversation partner and agree to take turns speaking and listening for set periods, perhaps 5 minutes each. The listener's role is to focus entirely on understanding the speaker without interrupting or offering advice. Another valuable exercise is the paraphrasing challenge. After someone has spoken for a few minutes, try to restate their main points in your own words. This not only checks your understanding, but also shows the speaker that you've been paying close attention. Practicing nonverbal feedback is equally important. In your next conversation, make a conscious effort to use nodding and appropriate eye contact to encourage the speaker. Pay attention to how this affects the flow of the conversation and the speaker's willingness to share. As you incorporate these practices into your daily interactions, you'll begin to see remarkable changes. At a basic level, you'll notice improved understanding in your conversations. Miscommunications will decrease, and you'll find yourself grasping the nuances of what others are saying more easily. With continued practice, you'll achieve even more impressive results. Your relationships, both personal and professional, will grow stronger as others come to trust your ability to listen and understand. People will feel more valued in your presence, leading to deeper connections and more open communication. The ultimate outcome of mastering active listening is becoming a trusted confidant and influential communicator. When people know that you truly listen and understand, they're more likely to seek your advice and be open to your ideas. This is where the true power of listening in persuasion becomes evident. Influence flows naturally from understanding. Of course, the path to becoming an active listener isn't without its pitfalls. One common challenge is becoming distracted during conversations. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, maintaining focus can be difficult. Another frequent issue is the tendency to interrupt the speaker, often with the intention of showing agreement or offering help, but which can disrupt the speaker's flow of thought. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in mindfulness and self-awareness. Practice being present in the moment, gently redirecting your attention when you notice your mind wandering. When you feel the urge to interrupt, take a deep breath and remind yourself of the value of letting the speaker finish their thought. Wait for natural pauses in the conversation before responding. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how these listening skills will translate into persuasive power. The connection might not be immediately obvious, but as you continue to practice and refine your active listening abilities, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your interactions. People will be more open to your ideas, more willing to consider your perspective. The true magic of active listening and persuasion lies in its ability to create an atmosphere of mutual understanding and respect. When people feel heard and understood, they're naturally more receptive to new ideas and perspectives. You're not just gathering information, you're building a foundation of trust and openness that will serve as the bedrock for all your persuasive efforts. As we move forward, we'll build upon this foundation, exploring how to leverage the insights gained through active listening to communicate more effectively and persuasively. But before we dive into those strategies, our next chapter will uncover another crucial element of quiet persuasion, one that works hand in hand with active listening to create truly transformative interactions. Get ready to explore the hidden language that speaks louder than words as we delve into the fascinating world of emotional intelligence. Chapter 3: Emotional Intelligence. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate complex social situations with ease, while others struggle to maintain composure in even the simplest interactions? The answer lies in a powerful, often misunderstood concept that forms the cornerstone of effective communication and persuasion. As we delve into this chapter, we'll uncover the hidden force that shapes our interactions, influences our decisions, and ultimately determines our success in persuading others. This mysterious factor isn't about logic or reason, nor is it about having the perfect argument. It's something far more subtle, yet infinitely more powerful. It's a skill that, when mastered, allows you to remain calm in the face of adversity, to understand the unspoken needs of others, and to guide conversations towards mutually beneficial outcomes without ever raising your voice. But what exactly is this elusive skill? As we explore further, you'll discover that it's something you've been using all your life, often without realizing it. It's a fundamental aspect of human interaction that, when harnessed effectively, can transform your ability to influence and persuade. At its core, this skill is about understanding, not just understanding words or arguments, but understanding the underlying currents that drive human behavior. It's about recognizing the subtle signals that people send, often unconsciously, and responding in a way that builds trust and fosters cooperation. As we begin to peel back the layers of this concept, you might start to recognize its influence in your own life. Think about a time when you instinctively knew how to comfort a friend in distress, or when you successfully diffused a tense situation at work. These moments of interpersonal success weren't just luck, they were the result of this hidden skill at work. So why is this skill so crucial for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, it enables you to remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations. When you're in control of your own emotional state, you're better equipped to think clearly and respond effectively, rather than reacting impulsively. Moreover, this skill helps you understand others' emotional states. By tuning into the subtle cues that people give off, you can gain valuable insights into their motivations, fears, and desires. This understanding allows you to tailor your approach, addressing their underlying concerns and building rapport more effectively. Perhaps most importantly, this skill prevents emotional reactions from derailing conversations. We've all experienced moments where a discussion suddenly turns into an argument, with both parties becoming defensive and entrenched in their positions. By mastering this skill, you can recognize these potential flashpoints before they occur and steer the conversation in a more productive direction. As you've likely guessed by now, the skill we're discussing is emotional intelligence. This powerful concept encompasses the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It's the bridge between the logical and emotional aspects of human interaction, allowing us to navigate complex social situations with grace and effectiveness. Understanding your own emotions is the first step in developing emotional intelligence. This involves identifying your emotional triggers, those situations or interactions that tend to provoke strong emotional responses in you. By recognizing what affects your reactions, you can begin to manage them more effectively. For instance, you might notice that you tend to feel defensive when receiving criticism, or frustrated when plans change unexpectedly. By acknowledging these triggers, you can prepare yourself to respond more calmly and constructively in these situations. Managing your emotional responses is equally crucial. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but rather learning to express them in a controlled, constructive manner. Techniques for staying composed might include deep breathing exercises, mental reframing of situations, or simply taking a moment to pause before responding. But emotional intelligence isn't just about managing your own emotions. It's also about reading and responding to the emotions of others. This involves recognizing emotional signals, such as changes in facial expressions, body language, or tone of voice. With practice, you can become adept at interpreting these cues, gaining valuable insights into others' emotional states. Responding appropriately to these emotional signals is where the real power of emotional intelligence in persuasion becomes evident. By adjusting your approach based on the emotional cues you're receiving, you can create a more harmonious interaction. For example, if you notice signs of anxiety or uncertainty in the person you're speaking with, you might adopt a more reassuring tone or provide additional information to address their concerns. As you develop your emotional intelligence, you'll find that your interpersonal relationships begin to improve. By building emotional connections, understanding and responding to others' emotional needs, you can strengthen bonds and create a foundation of trust and mutual understanding. This emotional insight can be leveraged powerfully in persuasion. By understanding the emotional drivers behind people's decisions and behaviors, you can frame your ideas in a way that resonates with their values and addresses their emotional needs. This doesn't mean manipulating emotions, but rather aligning your message with what truly matters to the other person. To develop your emotional intelligence, practice is key. One effective exercise is keeping an emotion journal. Throughout the day, take note of your emotional states and what triggered them. This self-reflection can provide valuable insights into your emotional patterns and help you identify areas for improvement. Empathy practice is another powerful tool. In your interactions, make a conscious effort to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand their perspective, their motivations, and their emotional state. This practice not only enhances your ability to read others, but also fosters a more compassionate and understanding approach to communication. Identifying your emotional triggers and planning responses is also crucial. Make a list of situations that tend to provoke strong emotional reactions in you. For each trigger, develop a plan for how you'd like to respond. Over time, this preparation can help you react more calmly and constructively in challenging situations. As you incorporate these practices into your daily life, you'll begin to see significant improvements. At a basic level, you'll gain better control over your personal reactions. You'll find yourself responding more calmly to stressful situations rather than reacting impulsively. With continued practice, you'll develop an enhanced ability to read others' emotions. This skill will serve you well in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional negotiations. You'll be able to pick up on subtle emotional cues that others might miss, giving you valuable insights into the people around you. The ultimate outcome of mastering emotional intelligence is the ability to navigate complex emotional dynamics for effective persuasion. You'll be able to guide conversations smoothly, address underlying concerns before they become issues, and create an atmosphere of mutual understanding and cooperation. Of course, developing emotional intelligence isn't without its challenges. One common pitfall is overreacting emotionally, allowing your own feelings to overwhelm your judgment. Another frequent issue is misreading others' emotions, leading to misunderstandings or inappropriate responses. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in continuous practice and self-reflection. Mindfulness techniques can help you stay grounded and aware of your own emotional state. Regular self-reflection allows you to learn from your experiences and continuously improve your emotional intelligence. Seeking feedback from others can also be invaluable. Ask trusted friends or colleagues to share their perceptions of your emotional responses and your ability to read others. This external perspective can provide insights that you might miss on your own. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to put all of this emotional intelligence into practice in your persuasive efforts. How can you use this newfound awareness to communicate your ideas more effectively? The answer lies in a skill that bridges the gap between emotional understanding and practical communication. In our next chapter, we'll explore a powerful technique that allows you to harness your emotional intelligence and active listening skills to express your ideas with unprecedented clarity and impact. Get ready to discover the art of transforming complex thoughts into compelling messages that resonate deeply with your audience. The path to mastering this skill begins with a simple yet profound shift in how you approach communication. Chapter 4: Clear Communication. Have you ever experienced the frustration of trying to convey an important idea only to be met with blank stares or confused expressions? Or perhaps you found yourself in a heated argument, realizing too late that the entire disagreement stemmed from a simple misunderstanding. These scenarios highlight a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of persuasion, one that can make or break your ability to influence others effectively. As we delve into this chapter, we'll explore a skill that acts as the bridge between your thoughts and your audience's understanding. It's a skill that, when mastered, can transform complex ideas into compelling messages, diffuse potential conflicts before they arise, and establish you as a voice of authority and reason. But what exactly is this skill, and why is it so vital to quiet persuasion? At its core, it's about more than just speaking or writing clearly. It's about creating a connection with your audience, ensuring that your message not only reaches their ears, but also resonates with their minds and hearts. Think about the last time you were truly captivated by a speaker or writer. What was it about their communication that held your attention? Chances are, it wasn't just the content of their message, but the way they delivered it. They likely had a knack for explaining complex concepts in simple terms, for structuring their ideas in a logical and engaging manner, and for choosing words that struck a chord with you. This ability to communicate with clarity and impact is far more than just a natural talent. It's a skill that can be learned, practiced, and mastered. And as we'll discover, it's a skill that lies at the very heart of effective persuasion. So why is clear communication so crucial for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, it ensures that your message is understood without confusion. When your ideas are expressed clearly and succinctly, there's less room for misinterpretation. This clarity reduces the likelihood of arguments arising from misunderstandings, allowing your persuasive efforts to focus on the substance of your message rather than getting sidetracked by confusion. Moreover, clear communication demonstrates confidence and credibility. When you can articulate your thoughts with precision and ease, it signals to your audience that you have a deep understanding of your subject matter. This perceived expertise can significantly enhance your persuasive power, as people are naturally more inclined to be influenced by those they view as knowledgeable and competent. At the heart of clear communication lies the power of clarity. This involves two key elements: simplicity in messaging and organized thinking. Simplicity doesn't mean dumbing down your ideas, but rather presenting them in the most accessible way possible. This often involves avoiding jargon and complex language that might alienate or confuse your audience. Consider the difference between saying, "We need to optimize our operational efficiency to maximize stakeholder value," and "We need to find ways to work smarter so everyone benefits." The first statement, laden with business jargon, might sound impressive, but could leave many listeners confused. The second, while simpler, clearly conveys the same idea in a way that's accessible to a broader audience. Organizing your thoughts is equally crucial. Even the simplest ideas can become muddled if they're not presented in a logical, structured manner. Before communicating, take the time to arrange your thoughts in a coherent sequence. This might involve creating a mental outline or jotting down key points. The goal is to structure your message for maximum impact, ensuring that each idea flows naturally into the next. When it comes to effective expression, choosing the right words is paramount. The language you use should resonate with your audience, taking into account their background, interests, and level of expertise. This doesn't mean pandering or changing your message, but rather framing it in terms that will be most meaningful and impactful to your listeners. Another crucial aspect of clear communication is assertiveness without aggression. In the context of quiet persuasion, this means standing your ground calmly and confidently, expressing your ideas with conviction while remaining open to dialogue. It's about finding that sweet spot between being passive, which can undermine your message, and being aggressive, which can create resistance. Of course, even with the best preparation, communication barriers can arise. Misunderstandings are a common challenge, but they don't have to derail your persuasive efforts. When you notice confusion or misinterpretation, address it promptly and directly. Don't be afraid to rephrase your ideas or ask for feedback to ensure your message is being received as intended. Adapting to your audience is another key strategy for overcoming communication barriers. Different people have different communication styles, levels of knowledge, and areas of interest. By tailoring your message to your specific audience, you can significantly increase its impact and effectiveness. To truly master clear communication, practice is essential. One effective exercise is message simplification. Take a complex idea from your field of expertise and challenge yourself to explain it to someone with no background in the subject. This practice forces you to distill your ideas to their essence and express them in the most accessible terms possible. Another valuable exercise is the brevity challenge. Set a timer for 30 seconds and practice communicating your key points within that time frame. This not only helps you focus on the most crucial aspects of your message, but also prepares you for situations where you need to make a quick, impactful statement. Seeking feedback is also crucial for improving your communication clarity. After important conversations or presentations, ask trusted colleagues or friends for their honest input. Did they fully understand your message? Were there any points that were unclear? This external perspective can provide invaluable insights for refining your communication skills. As you incorporate these practices into your daily interactions, you'll begin to see remarkable changes. At a basic level, you'll notice reduced misunderstandings in your conversations. Ideas that once required lengthy explanations will be grasped quickly and easily by your audience. With continued practice, you'll achieve even more impressive results. Your persuasiveness will be enhanced due to your clear messaging. You'll find that people are more receptive to your ideas, more likely to be swayed by your arguments, and more inclined to take action based on your suggestions. The ultimate outcome of mastering clear communication is becoming a highly effective communicator who can influence others effortlessly. When your ideas are expressed with clarity, confidence, and impact, persuasion becomes a natural, almost effortless process. People will seek out your opinion, value your input, and be naturally inclined to align with your viewpoints. Of course, the path to clear communication isn't without its pitfalls. One common mistake is overcomplicating messages, often in an attempt to sound more knowledgeable or sophisticated. Another frequent issue is using ambiguous language, which can lead to confusion and misinterpretation. The solution to these challenges lies in constant vigilance and practice. Make a habit of simplifying your language and regularly checking for understanding. When you notice ambiguity in your statements, clarify them promptly. Remember, the goal is not to impress with complex language, but to express your ideas in a way that resonates and persuades. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to further enhance your persuasive abilities now that you've mastered the art of clear communication. How can you leverage this skill to build deeper connections and create a foundation of influence that extends beyond individual interactions? The answer lies in a quality that underpins all successful relationships, whether personal or professional. It's a characteristic that, when cultivated, can transform you from a clear communicator into a trusted advisor and influential leader. In our next chapter, we'll explore this fundamental aspect of human interaction and discover how it can amplify your persuasive power exponentially. Get ready to unlock the secret that turns fleeting influence into lasting impact. Chapter 5. Building Trust. Imagine a world where your words carry weight, where your ideas are met with open minds rather than skepticism, and where your influence extends far beyond the immediate conversation. This world isn't a fantasy. It's the reality for those who have mastered the art of building trust. As we embark on this chapter, we'll explore a fundamental aspect of human interaction that forms the bedrock of effective persuasion. But what exactly is this elusive quality that can transform your ability to influence others? It's something we all instinctively seek in our relationships, yet often struggle to cultivate consistently. It's a characteristic that, once established, can make the difference between being heard and being truly listened to, between being respected and being followed. At its core, this quality is about more than just being reliable or honest. Though these are certainly important components, it's about creating a deep-seated confidence in others that your words and actions align, that your intentions are genuine, and that your insights are valuable. It's about becoming someone others naturally turn to for guidance and support. As we delve deeper into this concept, you'll begin to recognize its subtle influence in every interaction you have. You might recall times when you were more inclined to accept an idea simply because it came from someone you trusted, or instances where your own suggestions were readily embraced due to the faith others had in you. This invisible force plays a crucial role in quiet persuasion. When trust is present, the need for forceful arguments or aggressive tactics diminishes. Ideas are considered more openly, and influence flows naturally from the relationship you've cultivated. But how exactly does this work, and why is it so powerful? First and foremost, trust increases receptiveness to your ideas. When people trust you, they're more likely to give your thoughts and suggestions serious consideration, even if they initially disagree. This openness creates a fertile ground for persuasion, allowing your ideas to take root and flourish. Moreover, trust significantly reduces skepticism and resistance. In its absence, even the most logical arguments can be met with suspicion or outright rejection. But when trust is present, people are more likely to assume good intentions and give you the benefit of the doubt, making them more open to being persuaded. Perhaps most importantly, trust fosters long-term influence and relationships. While other persuasion techniques might yield short-term results, building trust creates a foundation for lasting impact. It transforms fleeting interactions into enduring connections, allowing your influence to grow and compound over time. So how do we go about building this invaluable asset? One key aspect is establishing credibility. This involves demonstrating expertise in your field, but it's crucial to do so without coming across as boastful or arrogant. Instead of telling people how knowledgeable you are, show them through thoughtful insights and well-informed opinions. Share your knowledge generously, but always with humility and an openness to learning from others. Consistency is another vital component of credibility. Your actions must align with your words consistently over time. This doesn't mean being perfect, but rather striving to follow through on commitments and embodying the values you espouse. When people see that you consistently walk your talk, their trust in you naturally grows. Honesty and transparency also play crucial roles in building trust. In a world where information is often guarded or manipulated, openness can be refreshingly powerful. Being transparent about your motives, sharing information freely when appropriate, and admitting when you don't have all the answers can significantly enhance your trustworthiness. This last point, admitting uncertainties, might seem counterintuitive when trying to establish credibility. However, acknowledging the limits of your knowledge or experience can actually strengthen trust. It demonstrates honesty and self-awareness, qualities that people naturally respect and admire. Remember, the goal isn't to appear infallible, but to be genuinely reliable and trustworthy. Nurturing long-term relationships is where the true power of trust building becomes evident. Reliability over time is a potent persuasive tool. When people know they can depend on you consistently, they're more likely to be influenced by your ideas and recommendations. This doesn't mean always agreeing or never disappointing anyone, but rather being someone others can count on for honesty, effort, and follow-through. Respect and integrity form the ethical foundation of trust building. Treating others with genuine respect, regardless of their status or what they can do for you, demonstrates your integrity and builds trust organically. This includes respecting differing opinions, maintaining confidentiality when appropriate, and always considering the impact of your actions on others. To truly master the art of building trust, practice is essential. One effective exercise is the consistency check. Regularly review your actions to ensure they align with your stated values and commitments. This self-reflection can help you identify areas where you might be falling short and make necessary adjustments. Transparency practice is another valuable exercise. Challenge yourself to share information more openly when appropriate. This might involve explaining your decision-making process, admitting when you've made a mistake, or simply being more forthcoming about your thoughts and feelings in professional contexts. Conducting a reliability audit can also be illuminating. Assess your track record in following through on commitments, both big and small. Are there areas where you tend to overcommit or underdeliver? Identifying these patterns can help you improve your reliability and consequently build stronger trust with others. As you incorporate these practices into your daily life, you'll begin to see significant changes. At a basic level, you'll notice increased trust in your personal relationships. Friends, family, and colleagues will be more likely to confide in you, seek your advice, and value your opinion. With continued effort, you'll achieve even more impressive results. Your influence within professional networks will grow as your reputation for trustworthiness spreads. You'll find yourself being included in important decisions, sought after for your insights, and respected for your integrity. The ultimate outcome of mastering trust building is establishing a reputation as a trusted leader and influencer. When you reach this level, your ability to persuade quietly and effectively becomes almost effortless. People will naturally look to you for guidance, value your perspective, and be inclined to align with your vision. Of course, the path to building trust isn't without its challenges. Trust breakdowns can occur, often due to failing to follow through on promises or being perceived as insincere. When these situations arise, it's crucial to address them promptly and directly. Apologize sincerely, make amends where possible, and recommit to transparency and consistency in your actions. Remember, trust is easier to maintain than to rebuild. By consistently demonstrating reliability, honesty, and integrity, you can create a reservoir of goodwill that will serve you well in your persuasive efforts. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to leverage the trust you've built to guide conversations more effectively. How can you use this foundation of credibility to steer discussions in productive directions without seeming manipulative or forceful? The answer lies in a subtle yet powerful technique that allows you to influence the course of a conversation while appearing to simply seek information. In our next chapter, we'll explore a method that can transform your interactions, allowing you to lead without seeming to lead, to persuade without appearing to persuade. Get ready to discover the art of guiding minds through the power of inquiry. Chapter 6, Strategic Questioning. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where, without quite knowing how, you arrived at a new understanding or perspective? A discussion where you felt your thoughts evolving, not because someone lectured you, but because they asked just the right questions. This experience hints at a powerful technique that lies at the heart of quiet persuasion, a method that can guide minds and change opinions without a single forceful argument. As we delve into this chapter, we'll explore a skill that transforms the very nature of persuasion. It's an approach that doesn't rely on presenting compelling evidence or making impassioned pleas. Instead, it taps into something far more potent, the human mind's capacity for self-discovery and critical thinking. But what exactly is this mysterious technique, and why is it so effective? At its core, it's about more than just asking questions. It's about crafting inquiries that spark reflection, challenge assumptions, and open new avenues of thought. It's a method that turns persuasion from a one-sided presentation into a collaborative exploration. Think back to a time when someone helped you see things in a new light, not by telling you what to think, but by asking questions that made you reconsider your perspective. This is the essence of the skill we're about to explore. A skill that, when mastered, can make you an incredibly influential communicator without ever seeming pushy or aggressive. So why is this approach so crucial for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, it encourages others to think critically. Instead of passively receiving information, people engage actively with ideas, examining them from different angles and considering their implications. This deeper level of engagement makes the resulting insights more meaningful and lasting. Moreover, this method allows others to arrive at conclusions themselves. When people feel they've come to an understanding on their own, rather than being told what to think, they're much more likely to embrace and act on that understanding. It creates a sense of ownership over the ideas, making them more compelling and actionable. Perhaps most importantly, this approach reduces resistance by engaging collaboratively. Rather than setting up an adversarial dynamic where you're trying to convince someone of something, you're inviting them to explore ideas together. This collaborative spirit makes people more open to new perspectives and less likely to become defensive. The influence of questions in shaping thoughts and guiding conversations cannot be overstated. Different types of questions serve different purposes in this process. Open-ended questions, for instance, encourage expansive thinking and detailed responses. They invite people to explore their thoughts and feelings more deeply. Closed-ended questions, on the other hand, can be useful for clarifying specific points or guiding someone towards a particular realization. The timing of your questions is equally crucial. Knowing when to ask for maximum effect is a skill that develops with practice. Sometimes, a well-timed question can completely shift the direction of a conversation or break through a mental barrier. Other times, allowing space for reflection before posing your next query can be incredibly powerful. One of the key skills in this approach is learning to guide conversations without dominating them. It's about steering discussions subtly, using questions to direct attention to certain areas or to challenge assumptions, all while maintaining a sense of exploration rather than interrogation. This delicate balance allows you to lead without seeming to lead, to influence without appearing to push. Encouraging self-reflection is another vital aspect of this technique. By prompting others to think deeply about their own beliefs, motivations, and experiences, you can facilitate profound insights and shifts in perspective. These moments of self-discovery are often far more impactful than any argument you could present. The Socratic method, named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, forms the foundation of this approach. This method uses questions to stimulate critical thinking and illuminate ideas. It's not about tripping people up or proving them wrong, but about collaboratively uncovering truth and understanding. By adopting elements of this method, you can transform your conversations into journeys of mutual discovery. However, it's crucial to frame your questions in a way that doesn't trigger defensive responses. The goal is to create an atmosphere of open inquiry, not to make people feel attacked or judged. This often involves phrasing questions positively and maintaining a genuinely curious and non-judgmental demeanor. To truly master the art of strategic questioning, practice is essential. One effective exercise is question crafting. Take some time each day to practice formulating open-ended questions on various topics. Challenge yourself to create questions that invite thoughtful responses and deeper exploration of ideas. Active pausing is another powerful technique to incorporate into your practice. After asking a question, resist the urge to fill the silence. Allow space for the other person to think deeply and formulate their response. This pause can lead to more thoughtful and genuine answers. Engaging in reflective dialogues is also incredibly valuable. Practice having conversations where your primary goal is to understand and explore rather than to convince or inform. Focus on asking questions that encourage the other person to examine their thoughts and feelings more closely. As you incorporate these practices into your daily interactions, you'll begin to see significant changes. At a basic level, you'll notice your conversations becoming more engaging and meaningful. People will appreciate your thoughtful approach and genuine interest in their perspectives. With continued practice, you'll achieve even more impressive results. Others will come to value your interactions highly, seeing you as someone who helps them think more clearly and deeply about important issues. You'll be sought out for your ability to facilitate productive discussions and generate new insights. The ultimate outcome of mastering strategic questioning is the ability to influence others' thinking patterns and decisions subtly, yet profoundly. You'll find that you can guide people towards new understandings and perspectives without ever having to argue or push. Your questions will become a powerful tool for shaping thoughts and inspiring action. Of course, the path to mastering this skill isn't without its challenges. One common pitfall is coming across as interrogative. When questions are fired rapidly or without genuine interest in the responses, it can feel more like an interrogation than a dialogue. Another potential issue is asking leading or biased questions that betray your own agenda, which can undermine trust and openness. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in maintaining a balance and ensuring the authenticity of your approach. Mix your questions with statements and observations to create a more natural flow of conversation. Always strive for neutrality in your inquiries, genuinely seeking to understand rather than to guide towards a predetermined conclusion. Remember, the goal of strategic questioning is not to manipulate or to prove yourself right, but to facilitate genuine exploration and understanding. It's about creating an environment where new ideas can emerge and perspectives can shift organically. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to take this skill of guiding conversations through questions and apply it in a way that creates even deeper connections with others. How can you use this foundation of thoughtful inquiry to not just understand others intellectually, but to connect with them on a more profound, emotional level? The answer lies in a quality that goes beyond mere understanding, tapping into the very essence of human connection. In our next chapter, we'll explore a powerful approach that can transform your interactions from simple exchanges of information into deeply resonant experiences. Get ready to discover the art of bridging minds and hearts as we delve into a skill that can elevate your persuasive abilities to new heights. Chapter 7, Empathy and Dialogue. Have you ever experienced a conversation where you felt truly understood, not just intellectually, but on a deeper emotional level? A moment where someone seemed to grasp not only your words, but the feelings behind them. This rare and powerful experience hints at a fundamental aspect of human interaction that, when mastered, can transform your ability to connect with and influence others. As we embark on this chapter, we'll explore a quality that goes beyond mere comprehension, tapping into the very essence of human connection. It's a skill that allows you to bridge the gap between minds and hearts, creating a foundation for trust and openness that can profoundly enhance your persuasive abilities. But what exactly is this mysterious quality, and why is it so crucial in the art of quiet persuasion? At its core, it's about more than just understanding others' words or even their thoughts. It's about connecting with their emotions, their experiences, and their perspectives in a way that makes them feel truly seen and heard. Think back to a time when someone really got you, when they understood not just what you were saying, but how you were feeling. How did that experience affect your openness to their ideas, your willingness to consider their perspective? This is the power of the skill we're about to explore, a skill that can make you an incredibly influential communicator without ever having to raise your voice or press your point forcefully. So why is this approach so important for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, it builds deep connections and trust. When people feel that you genuinely understand and care about their perspective, they're much more likely to open up to you and consider your ideas. This trust forms the bedrock of effective persuasion, creating an environment where influence can flow naturally and effortlessly. Moreover, this approach reduces resistance by validating feelings. Often, what appears as logical opposition to an idea is rooted in emotional concerns or fears. By acknowledging and validating these emotions, you can often dissolve resistance without ever having to counter arguments directly. Perhaps most importantly, this skill facilitates open and honest communication. When people feel understood and respected, they're more likely to express their true thoughts and feelings rather than putting up defensive barriers. This openness creates a fertile ground for genuine dialogue and mutual understanding. The role of empathy in this process cannot be overstated. Empathy allows you to see situations from others' viewpoints, to step into their shoes and understand their perspective. This isn't just about imagining how you would feel in their situation, but truly grasping how they feel given their unique experiences and worldview. Emotional resonance is another crucial aspect of this skill. It's about connecting on an emotional level, picking up on the subtle cues and unspoken feelings that often underlie what people say. This deeper connection allows you to respond not just to words, but to the emotions and needs behind them. Communicating with compassion is at the heart of this approach. This involves validating feelings, acknowledging emotions sincerely without judgment or attempt to change them. It's about creating a space where all emotions are accepted and understood, even if you don't agree with the thoughts or actions associated with them. Active empathic listening takes this a step further. It's about fully engaging with others' experiences, not just hearing their words, but truly immersing yourself in their perspective. This deep level of engagement allows you to pick up on nuances and underlying concerns that might otherwise go unnoticed. Of course, employing empathy in dialogue isn't always easy. There are often barriers to overcome, particularly when dealing with difficult emotions. Anger, frustration, and other intense feelings can make it challenging to maintain an empathetic stance. The key is to remember that these emotions often mask deeper fears or needs. By staying open and curious, you can often uncover the root of these feelings and address them more effectively. Cultivating open-mindedness is another crucial aspect of overcoming empathy barriers. It's about remaining receptive to new ideas and perspectives, even when they challenge your own beliefs. This openness not only enhances your ability to empathize, but also makes others more likely to reciprocate and consider your viewpoint. To truly master the art of empathy in dialogue, practice is essential. One powerful exercise is perspective taking. Regularly challenge yourself to imagine situations from others' points of view. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but rather that you make a genuine effort to understand where they're coming from. Practicing empathic responses is another valuable technique. When someone shares something with you, try responding with statements that demonstrate understanding rather than immediately offering advice or solutions. Phrases like, "That sounds really challenging," or "I can see why you'd feel that way," can go a long way in making others feel heard and understood. Emotional journaling can also be a powerful tool. By reflecting on your own emotions regularly, you can develop a deeper understanding of emotional experiences in general. This self-awareness can significantly enhance your ability to empathize with others. As you incorporate these practices into your daily interactions, you'll begin to see remarkable changes. At a basic level, you'll notice improved understanding in your relationships. Miscommunications will decrease, and you'll find yourself grasping the nuances of others' perspectives more easily. With continued practice, you'll achieve even more impressive results. You'll find that others develop a deep trust and openness with you. People will feel comfortable sharing their true thoughts and feelings, knowing that you'll understand and respect their perspective. The ultimate outcome of mastering empathy in dialogue is becoming a go-to person for support and advice. When you can consistently demonstrate deep understanding and compassion, people naturally turn to you in times of need or when facing important decisions. This position of trust gives you significant influence, allowing you to guide and persuade gently and effectively. Of course, the path to becoming truly empathetic isn't without its challenges. One common pitfall is emotional fatigue or overwhelm. When you're constantly engaging with others' emotions, it can be draining. Another potential issue is misinterpreting others' feelings, which can lead to misunderstandings or inappropriate responses. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in self-care and continuous learning. Set personal boundaries to protect your own emotional well-being. It's okay and necessary to take time for yourself to recharge. When you're unsure about someone's feelings, don't hesitate to ask clarifying questions. This not only ensures your understanding, but also demonstrates your genuine interest in their perspective. Remember, the goal of empathy in dialogue isn't to take on others' emotions as your own, but to understand and validate them. It's about creating a space where people feel heard and respected, which in turn opens the door to influence and persuasion. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to take this newfound empathetic connection and translate it into even more effective communication. How can you use this deep understanding of others to convey your own ideas more powerfully? The answer lies in a realm beyond words, in a language that speaks directly to the subconscious mind. In our next chapter, we'll explore a set of tools that can amplify your message without uttering a single word. Get ready to discover the hidden signals that can make your communication truly irresistible as we delve into the fascinating world of nonverbal influence. Chapter 8: Nonverbal Influence. Have you ever experienced a conversation where you felt an inexplicable connection with the other person, even though they hardly said a word? Or perhaps you've encountered someone whose presence commanded attention and respect before they even spoke. These experiences hint at a powerful aspect of communication that goes beyond words, a silent language that can profoundly impact our interactions and our ability to influence others. As we embark on this chapter, we'll explore a dimension of persuasion that operates beneath the surface of conscious awareness. It's a realm where subtle gestures, fleeting expressions, and the cadence of our voice can convey more meaning than our words ever could. This hidden language has the power to reinforce our message, enhance our credibility, and influence perceptions in ways that verbal communication alone cannot achieve. But what exactly is this mysterious form of communication, and why is it so crucial in the art of quiet persuasion? At its core, it's about more than just body language or tone of voice. It's a complex interplay of signals that our brains interpret instinctively, often without our conscious awareness. These signals can either amplify our message or undermine it, depending on how skillfully we use them. Think back to a time when you felt instantly at ease with someone you just met, or conversely, when you felt an immediate sense of distrust despite pleasant words. Chances are, these reactions were largely influenced by nonverbal cues, the subtle signals we send and receive constantly in our interactions with others. So why is mastering this nonverbal language so important for quiet persuasion? First and foremost, nonverbal cues often speak louder than words. In fact, research suggests that a significant portion of our communication is nonverbal. When our words and our nonverbal signals align, our message becomes incredibly powerful. But when they conflict, it's usually the nonverbal cues that people trust. Moreover, nonverbal communication enhances the credibility and impact of your message. A confident posture, steady gaze, and assured tone can lend weight to your words, making your ideas more compelling and persuasive. These cues signal to others that you believe in what you're saying, which in turn makes them more likely to believe you. Perhaps most intriguingly, nonverbal signals influence perceptions subconsciously. Even when people aren't consciously aware of it, they're constantly reading and interpreting nonverbal cues. This means you can influence how others perceive you and your ideas without ever saying a word about it directly. Understanding body language is a crucial first step in harnessing the power of nonverbal influence. This involves not only interpreting the signals others send, but also becoming aware of your own nonverbal communication. Learning to recognize signals like crossed arms, leaning in or away, or subtle changes in facial expression can provide valuable insights into others' thoughts and feelings. Equally important is becoming conscious of your own nonverbal signals. Are you inadvertently sending messages of disinterest or defensiveness? Or are you projecting openness and confidence? By adjusting your posture, gestures, and facial expressions, you can significantly impact how others perceive and respond to you. The power of eye contact in nonverbal communication cannot be overstated. Eye contact is one of the most direct and powerful forms of nonverbal communication we have. It can establish connection, convey confidence, and signal attentiveness. However, it's a delicate balance. Too little eye contact can make you seem disinterested or insecure, while too much can feel intimidating or aggressive. Learning to use eye contact appropriately is a skill that can dramatically enhance your ability to connect with and influence others. The key is to maintain enough eye contact to show engagement and confidence, while also breaking it occasionally to avoid discomfort. This balance allows you to establish rapport and trust without seeming overbearing. Vocal elements play a crucial role in nonverbal influence as well. Your tone, pitch, pacing, and use of pauses can convey a wealth of information beyond your words. A lower, steady tone often conveys confidence and authority, while varying your pitch can keep listeners engaged. The pace of your speech and strategic use of pauses can emphasize key points and give others time to absorb your message. To truly master nonverbal influence, practice is essential. One effective exercise is mirror practice. Spend time observing your own body language in a mirror as you speak or role-play different scenarios. This can help you become more aware of the signals you're sending and allow you to adjust them for maximum impact. Voice recording is another valuable tool. Record yourself speaking and then listen back, paying attention to your tone, pitch, and pacing. Are you speaking too quickly? Does your voice convey confidence? This practice can help you identify areas for improvement in your vocal communication. Eye contact drills can help you become more comfortable with this powerful form of nonverbal communication. Practice maintaining comfortable eye contact in your daily interactions, gradually increasing the duration as you become more at ease. As you incorporate these practices into your daily life, you'll begin to see significant changes. At a basic level, you'll develop an improved awareness of nonverbal cues, both in yourself and others. You'll start to pick up on subtle signals that you might have missed before, giving you valuable insights into others' thoughts and feelings. With continued practice, you'll achieve even more impressive results. You'll enhance your ability to convey confidence nonverbally, projecting an aura of assurance and competence that others naturally respond to. This nonverbal confidence can significantly boost your persuasive power, making others more likely to trust and be influenced by you. The ultimate outcome of mastering nonverbal influence is the ability to influence others effectively through subtle cues. You'll be able to reinforce your verbal messages with powerful nonverbal signals, creating a seamless and highly persuasive communication style. This skill allows you to guide perceptions and influence outcomes without ever having to resort to forceful arguments or aggressive tactics. Of course, the path to mastering nonverbal influence isn't without its challenges. One common pitfall is sending conflicting signals. For instance, saying you're open to ideas while your crossed arms and furrowed brow suggest otherwise. Another potential issue is overemphasizing gestures, which can become distracting and undermine your message. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in consistency and naturalness. Strive to ensure that your verbal and nonverbal communication are aligned, sending a coherent message. At the same time, aim for gestures and expressions that feel natural to you. Forced or exaggerated nonverbal cues can come across as insincere or manipulative. Remember, the goal of mastering nonverbal influence isn't to create a false image or to manipulate others. Rather, it's about enhancing your natural communication style to more effectively convey your authentic self and your ideas. When your nonverbal signals align with your words and your true intentions, you create a powerful, genuine presence that others naturally respond to. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering how to bring together all the skills we've explored, from active listening and emotional intelligence to strategic questioning and nonverbal influence. How can you integrate these diverse techniques into a cohesive, powerful approach to persuasion? The answer lies in a holistic strategy that weaves together all these elements, creating a persuasive presence that's greater than the sum of its parts. In our final chapter, we'll explore how to synthesize everything you've learned, transforming you into a master of quiet persuasion. Get ready to discover the art of seamless influence as we unveil the ultimate secret to becoming a truly compelling communicator. Chapter 9: Embracing Influence. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the art of quiet persuasion, it's time to step back and reflect on the transformative power of what you've learned. Throughout this book, we've explored a range of strategies and techniques that, when mastered, can revolutionize your ability to influence others without resorting to argument or defense. Now, as we bring these concepts together, you stand on the threshold of a new era in your personal and professional life, one where influence flows naturally and effortlessly from your very presence. The skills you've acquired are not just isolated techniques, but interconnected elements of a holistic approach to communication and persuasion. From active listening and emotional intelligence to strategic questioning and nonverbal influence, each skill builds upon and enhances the others. As you begin to integrate these practices into your daily life, you'll find yourself empowered in ways you might never have imagined. One of the most immediate and profound changes you're likely to notice is an increased confidence in your communication. This isn't the brash, aggressive confidence that often leads to conflict, but a quiet, assured presence that naturally draws others to you. You'll find yourself able to express your ideas clearly and compellingly, knowing that you have the tools to navigate even the most challenging conversations with grace and effectiveness. Moreover, you now possess the ability to influence without conflict. Gone are the days of heated arguments and defensive posturing. In their place, you have a suite of subtle yet powerful techniques that allow you to guide thoughts and shape opinions without ever raising your voice or becoming confrontational. This skill alone can transform your personal and professional relationships, opening doors that were previously closed and creating opportunities where none seemed to exist. Perhaps most importantly, your journey through this book has enhanced your self-awareness and emotional intelligence. You've developed a deeper understanding of your own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. as well as a keener insight into the emotional landscape of those around you. This heightened awareness serves as the foundation for all your persuasive efforts, allowing you to navigate social situations with unprecedented skill and sensitivity. The impact of these new skills on your relationships cannot be overstated. As you apply the principles of quiet persuasion in your daily interactions, you'll find your connections with others growing stronger and more meaningful. The trust and respect you engender through your thoughtful, empathetic approach will deepen existing relationships and pave the way for new ones. Colleagues, friends, and family members will increasingly turn to you for advice and support, recognizing the value of your balanced, insightful perspective. In professional settings, you'll discover a newfound ability to collaborate effectively and lead teams with subtle grace. Your enhanced communication skills will foster an environment of open dialogue and mutual understanding, leading to more innovative solutions and smoother project execution. Conflicts that once might have derailed progress will now be opportunities for growth and deeper connection. As you continue to practice and refine these skills, you'll find yourself achieving things that once seemed out of reach. Persuading others will become almost effortless, as you instinctively apply the right combination of techniques for each unique situation. Difficult conversations that once filled you with dread will now be opportunities to showcase your ability to navigate complex emotional terrain calmly and effectively. Conflicts that previously escalated into arguments will be resolved peacefully, with all parties feeling heard and respected. The beauty of the approach you've learned lies in its sustainability and potential for ongoing growth. As you continue to practice these concepts, you'll find that they become an integral part of who you are, requiring less and less conscious effort to apply. This mastery through practice leads to a natural, authentic application of persuasive techniques that others perceive as genuine charisma rather than calculated manipulation. Your personal and professional success will continue to grow as your influence becomes a seamless part of your interactions. You'll find doors opening, opportunities multiplying, and your sphere of influence expanding in ways you might never have imagined. All of this will come not through forceful assertion of your will, but through the quiet, irresistible power of your presence and communication. The key to fully embracing your newfound influence lies in integrating all the persuasion techniques you've learned into a cohesive, flexible approach. This isn't about rigidly applying a set of rules, but about developing an intuitive sense of which strategies to use in any given situation. You'll learn to seamlessly blend active listening with strategic questioning, to reinforce your verbal messages with powerful nonverbal cues, and to navigate the emotional currents of each interaction with skill and sensitivity. This integrated approach allows you to adapt fluidly to different situations and personalities. Whether you're negotiating a high-stakes business deal, mediating a family dispute, or simply trying to decide where to have dinner with friends, you'll have the tools to guide the conversation productively and influence the outcome positively. Of course, even with all these skills at your disposal, you'll still encounter resistance from time to time. The difference now is that you have the tools to handle objections and concerns with grace and effectiveness. Instead of becoming defensive or argumentative, you'll be able to address others' worries empathetically, reframe issues constructively, and find mutually beneficial solutions. Maintaining your composure under pressure is another crucial aspect of embracing influence. The techniques you've learned for emotional regulation and self-awareness will serve you well here, allowing you to stay calm and focused even in high-stress situations. This unflappable demeanor will not only help you think more clearly, but will also inspire confidence in those around you, further enhancing your persuasive power. As you continue on this journey of influence, remember that personal growth is an ongoing process. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to learn and refine your skills. Reflect on your experiences regularly, analyzing what worked well and what could be improved. Set goals for your ongoing development, always striving to enhance your abilities and expand your impact. In embracing influence, You're not just learning a set of techniques, you're embarking on a transformative journey that will reshape how you interact with the world and how the world responds to you. The quiet power you now possess has the potential to create positive change far beyond your immediate sphere, rippling out to touch countless lives in ways you may never fully realize. As we conclude this book, I want to leave you with a final, powerful insight, one that encapsulates the essence of everything we've explored together. The true mastery of quiet persuasion isn't just about influencing others. It's about becoming a person of such wisdom, empathy, and inner strength that influence naturally flows from your very being. It's about cultivating a presence so compelling that others are drawn to your ideas not because you've convinced them, but because they recognize the value and authenticity of your perspective. This is the ultimate payoff of your journey through these pages, the transformation from someone who seeks to persuade to someone who inspires. As you integrate these skills into the fabric of your character, you'll find that your greatest influence comes not from what you do or say, but from who you are. You'll become a beacon of calm wisdom in a world often characterized by noise and conflict, a source of clarity and insight that others naturally turn to and trust. Embrace this new identity. Let it infuse every aspect of your life. As you do, you'll discover that the art of quiet persuasion is not just a set of skills, but a way of being in the world, one that allows you to navigate life's complexities with grace, to build meaningful connections, and to make a positive impact wherever you go. However, to truly maximize the power of quiet persuasion, there's one more crucial element to master. It's a skill that can elevate your communication from effective to extraordinary, enabling you to articulate your ideas with unparalleled clarity and impact. Curious about what this game-changing ability might be? The answer lies in honing your critical thinking skills, a topic explored in depth in the audiobook Speak Smartly, Critical Thinking for Effective Communication. This essential companion to your journey of influence will empower you to analyze, construct, and convey your thoughts with precision, taking your persuasive abilities to new heights. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.